I think I grew up. I think like many other young people, I grew up wanting to probably go into uh, studying management or business admin. You know, the common mainstream things that everyone is doing. You know, it seems like the right thing to do.
The one that can make money
doing,
and have jobs after college.
Yeah, it's stable, you know. It sounded right because all your friends are either probably accountings or I don't know, being a doctor, a lawyer, and what else. Yeah. So, but I think for me, I've always, I think being influenced by my family as well, coming from a business background. So I thought maybe, studying business administrative would make sense for me. But it only started, the whole idea of being a pastry chef only started when I was 18. Yeah, so back then, what happened was I was waiting to reallocate to UK to further my studies in the UK for university, and then it then happened because I have a little gap in between, and I was waiting. So I started an online cake shop called Ends on the Bar.
That's right.
And that's how it kickstarted. It was out of hobby. It was out of like my love for crafting and baking. Yeah. So I started baking at home, and it turns out surprisingly well that people loved it. And I was just baking cupcakes, making fondants, mini figures, and then I started supplying for Espresso Lab people and some cafes around. So it was then I started asking questions to myself, like, hey, like, is truly getting this whole business degree something that I really want to do in life? You know, what if I spend $100,000 to get a degree? What's next?
Okay, yeah.
What's next? You know, where should I go after? Yeah. So,
and
I think the idea came along that journey. Yeah.
Yeah, like you were saying, you were planning on furthering your studies in the UK, and then you took a break and did Ends on the Bar. Like, tell us the story. Like, how did you end up in Paris instead?
Oh, so I was actually contemplating whether I should further my studies or whether I should actually fulfill what the society is saying, because it seems to be the normal path to be, getting a degree, furthering your studies, you make your parents proud, you graduate, and then you throw your graduation hat. That sounded normal, but I asked myself, will I regret if I'm not pursuing pastry? So, because I think making that decision to actually switch from getting a business degree to a diploma in pastry, I think that shift is pretty big, and I would say I was also afraid of how people looked at me at that time. But I kept asking myself, will I regret?
That was like 9 years ago, right? When pastry wasn't as like hype as a thing as it is right now, where everyone's selling on Instagram, and like we are all looking for like beautiful pastries and cakes for like birthday parties. It's like a thing now, but 9 years ago it wasn't really a popular thing. Maybe we're selling on Facebook Marketplace or something.
Yes. I think now a lot of people will be influenced by celebrity chefs. They sort of has set this benchmark and status for chefs. But back then, I think 10 years ago, it was like, only people that cannot strive well in studies go for culinary, or that's what uncle and aunties would think. Yeah.
But so you had kind of this question to ask yourself if this is the degree, should you get a degree or you want to pursue pastry, also because you had Ends on the Bar to see like it is a proven result, right? Like Espresso Lab is taking ingredients from you, and you kind of feel like, hey, it's growing, there's fruits.
I think I grew up my dad has always taught me that if you work for something that you're passionate about, then you won't need to work forever, And I think as cliche as it sounds, I needed that a reason to convince myself that I truly love this thing, and I am able to do it for the rest of my life. I don't want to be, studying 3-4 years in a degree and later on find out that it might not be something that I like, 9 to 5 kind of job, or being in a bank. That might not be what I love doing. So I guess it was giving myself a shot, and also telling myself that there's no regrets, and if I'm gonna do it, then I will do my best and make sure that this works. Since I'm the one that made that decision, then I will go for it and do my best out of it. So that was when I brought it up to my parents, and surprisingly they were very supportive. And they believe that it doesn't matter what you do in life, as long as you are putting your heart into it, and as long as you love what you do, and you will strive in it. That's when I decided to go to Paris. I guess the best in the world for pastry. And I want to do it where I am able to get exposed, where I'm able to connect with the best, I would say. That's how the whole Paris came into picture.